Okay, world's smartest man here. This is the new way to make a crystal cell battery, guys. Okay, so what do we have? We start off with this 3/4 end cap, and as you can see, your magnesium rod fits nicely into this. Okay, look at that fit. It just gives you the perfect amount of space to put your electrolyte all around that. And you're going to want to put a little piece of cardboard, a little circle of cardboard at the end of that, at the base there. Okay? And if you want, you can soak that cardboard overnight in vinegar, but it's going to make your electrolyte fizz, so you might want to avoid that step. Right? But I let it fizz in vinegar when I made these 4 salts together. Right? So typically you start with Epsom salt. Okay? No salt substitute, which is potassium chloride, basically, is its main ingredient. Alum, okay? Alum, baking soda in my case, or you can use borax. I had borax in the mail, but I wanted to make my battery fast, so I used baking soda, which is fine. And then I used this aquarium carbon, and I crushed it all down, and I mixed these in equal parts, and I used that as my electrolyte. So what you want to do is mix it together and get it wet with vinegar for a night, but it's going to fizz off for a full night, right? And then the next day, when it's all dried out, mush that in there, and then cut these. Now, you could try to use one of these, but it's not going to cut it all the way through. That will get you started to cut it with your grinder. And you're going to cut off a piece that matches the length of this, so the same length as that, right? And it will pop out because you have that piece of cardboard in the base. So it will pop out just enough perfectly so that it hangs out over the edge just a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to see that brown ring, that gray-black ring from the carbon. Anyway, so that's what you do. You stack them and make sure that they're really clean or they're not going to connect right. Mush all 4 of them together, and just 4 of these will get you up to 5.5 volts. So that's what is on the display here. It's constantly going up to 5.5 volts, but then the display itself, the power to run the display knocks it down, back down a couple volts. So that's what you see here. Just like when you're charging a cell phone, it wants to go to 5 volts, but the cell phone is using power, so the display here is actually a little bit less. So that's what you have here. And it's going to do this for years on end. Like the Oxford Bell, okay, if you can keep it totally sealed off between each one of these with that electrical tape, that's going to bind these together really strong. The electrical tape has this elasticity to it, so when you pinch one side, it wants to be tighter, so you can make it tight all the way around and holds tightly together, right? So that's what you want, guys. This is the new way to do a homemade battery. I hope you all enjoy. It's going to cost you a little bit to make all this, right? It might run you like 53 bucks to make 10 cells, but that's going to get you started so you know how to do it, and so you know how to do it right from now on, right? So this is a step up from making those penny batteries, although the same idea, you could make a galvanic cell at home, run for years on end, and never have to recharge again.